of what it is to be human. Nobody on this planet gets born and thinks, I'm a human being. They think, and they're told to think, I'm a male human being or I'm a female human being. It's the most defining characteristic that everybody's told to think. You don't get rid of that unless you actually have struggle over that. That's why there's a criticism of even the tremendous things accomplished in revolutionary China, the challenge to gender that did not take place, that needs to take place, the challenge in the realm of sexuality. These things need to go on. And this is also where the fight and the impatience of women for a different way of living and to put an end to all oppression of women, all the things I talked about, the stoning of, the beating of Dwa Khalil, the rapes of the women in the Congo, the women in Moldova who are sent by the thousands and millions into the into the brothels throughout Europe and Qatar and other places. This is where they go, from Moldova. There's a market for, this is what goes on. And to get rid of that, you have to make a revolution, and you have to take up the fight for the liberation of women as a central and driving force in that, and not say just because we make revolution, women will be liberated. It's both. It's a driving force. It can only be done through revolution, but women have to be an active part in that, and they have to be, the cornerstone of emancipating women has to be central to the whole revolutionary process, starting now, building this movement, and when we have state power. That's the only way it can happen. And the third way, the other way, besides shrouded in object, is actually women who are human and viewed as such, who can walk the earth free of any fear of being assaulted or raped, free of the stigma that comes from being other than man, free of all the forms of degradation that mar humanity and have for thousands of years. It's kind of a simple thing. If you imagine walking into a coffee shop, there's a part in this declaration I really urge people to get, where it says, imagine walking into a coffee shop and hearing young women sitting together talking about how to solve global warming or the latest trends in art and culture and big debates and philosophy, instead of talking about the size of their butts. And imagine people where that's what occupies them, not a constant assessment and knowledge that they are female. That's what we're talking about. And yes, there are glimmers of that now. There are women who get to do that now to a certain degree. But I'm talking about a world where all of humanity functions that way and all of humanity views women that way. That's why I talk about communist revolution. And that's why you guys should find out about communist revolution, because the world could be different. And it's worth fighting for. It's worth learning about. And that's not I don't say that out of pride or out of disrespect. I frankly say it because I have tremendous respect for people, that they can understand the world just like I do and can act to change it. And so if I'm wrong, somebody should debate me on whether that's actually not true about the world, how women's oppression emerged and the possibility of revolution, not based on who am I to say and who am I to say that you're this and that. It's actually, we should actually be in a collective process of figuring out how to emancipate humanity. And that's, I have a lot to say about, and I've learned a lot about, and the Revolutionary Communist Party knows a lot about, and it's a precious thing that there's a party and a leadership in this country fighting to make revolution. It's precious not only for this country, but for people all over the planet who are suppressed and subjugated by the U.S. military, U.S. corporations, the exploitation and the degradation that this country has meant to the world for centuries. Getting rid of that is liberating. Getting rid of that is meaningful. Everybody should want to be part of that.